Your
Well, guys,
kind
welcome
always
to the
hung
next
closest
episode
to
of
our
Divinity
fire,
2 Original
like
Sin.
wolves around a
Definitive
campfire.
I fucked that up.
Well,
The definitive
got this
edition.
wolf on a leash now.
I've been sitting here listening to these guys.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here,
Hopefully we're going
we'll
to
hang
use
you
something
right over the
eventful
side
this
of the
episode.
ship with it.
But, more delicious ass audio. Let's see. What does this guy have to say?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
As if I would give a shit about posture, just look at me.
Watch your back, new fish.
Wizard.
There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's
Thanks.
warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Tag determine what options are available for you to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have, yeah. One of us seen this. For some reason, your instinct cries out to salute but you hold yourself back. For some reason, your instinct cries out to salute so you do. Really? Okay, we'll go with salute.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Nice.
Pinches less that way, right?
I like this guy.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Alright, why do they think you're the murderer?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Oh, damn.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Johnny Big Pants. Sorry. Okay. That's why we did to find us out the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Alright.
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
Like, we still have that quest.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Okay, you know anything about Fort Joy, bro?
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Say you like me, Alexander. You show him exactly what you think is bloody divine order.
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
Bitch, I will strangle him.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, lizard, what's your
this
name?
guy actually refers to me as a lizard now. He actually heeded my word.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Wenta.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robe.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Okay, then I don't really care because I do know what's gonna happen in a few minutes. Hopefully, just only a few minutes. Chest armor, stained shirt, nothing special, just everyday clothes of a regular citizen. Why ain't Groovy no regular citizen? Just look.
That has the Magister's more concern.
I mean, apparently we are now going midrift. Listen. Hello, Sabine.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
If only I knew what Snake Eyes meant. I'm not a gambling person. I have zero clue.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
What are you
Rolling dice.
doing? Yeah, I can see that.
Deciding fates.
Whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
Please.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
If she can decide what fates with dice, that she can read the future of cow trails as well.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too.
That's weird.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Might as well get some info.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
That's exactly right, I guess. I don't know who this someone is.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Nice.
Did the murderer
I am
take
weirded
it into
out
this
and
room?
amazed at the same time at this glorious ability.
I've seen more appetizing things
Okay,
coming out
let's
of
go to
vague
another
stricken
favorite
figs.
of mine in terms of characters.
There's,
I think I'm just gonna
there's
ignore
nothing
that
else
maid
I can
and
make,
look at
Your
her.
Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Hello, Fane.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
Fascinating.
Okay then.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Is it a good book?
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Void Woken. Let's do Scullery. Scullery makes sense, but you can recommend some history too.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
I'm not really a religious person, so I can't really tell you.
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
We should be history book.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes
Shake
off
him.
his
Trouble
book
there.
or respond to your questions.
I think we're done here. Is there anybody, I don't think there's anybody else that I'd be interested to talk to. Okay, nerd. Master Page.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
I've been through worse.
Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-woken, you know.
I have no idea what Godwoken is, but okay.
You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Okay, we're finally getting some of the action.
Bubbles trying on her.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
Ooh.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Wendigo.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
I don't think siding with her's a good idea, B, but okay. What the hell do you mean, lady?
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Oh. No.
Subdue her, men, quickly. If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah. Man down. Man down.
What's happened?
Okay, yes. I got 400 XP. I'm looting your bodies. I already have a stained shirt. I don't need the broken sword power. Shiv, shield, mace, crossbow. I will take all this shit. Thank you. I'll pick up the food. I mean, why not? Toy crossbow. Really? Wow, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, I might as well. Oh yeah, to do the whole search thing, you hold A, by the way. Don't care for burning. Oh yeah, I don't have magic armor. That should care then. Locked, and I didn't get a key. Alright then. Everyone's down. Okay, I need to do this.
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips.
Slap him in the face.
You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Oh, that's why I like Red. I can slap him. Yes.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead.
Please be
You
alive.
hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
Okay, he's alive. I don't think anybody that's important died. I bet.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes him.
Shake
His
him.
eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucien. Lucien.
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Well then. Okay, where's Fane? Where did Fane go? He's gone. No! We'll see why I like Fane in a minute. Well, I mean, I guess we'll try to leave. Everyone's down. There's water pouring in the ship. Now this isn't looking good for us. An old key. Stern room. What is a stern room? I just need. This is why I wanted a stern key. Nope. I have no idea what this key's for, but I'll take it, I guess. Let's just, leave. Ready yourself. Or advancing for you. Find a weapon or yourself with. The hammer and the shiv. Inventory, yeah, I know. You may want to heal. Thank you. This poor thing. Hold on. You okay?
Damn! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. Speak to my
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Come on, doggy. I will take my damn fire. Well then. All these dead magisters. They don't have anything good on them. I mean, come on, man. Whoa. Whoa, Andy. -1. Scales with finesse. This scales with strength, this scales with finesse. There is nothing good for me to loot. I mean, I guess I should just be on my way. Water barrel. Oh yeah, I gotta go. Did do a little bit of practice. Magic powers. Give me the key, whatever that is. Let me put the part over here. There he is.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Like, there's something familiar about you.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to.
Yeah, you're that elf.
Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
I mean, to me, that's pretty sensible. She's kind of an
Indeed.
asshole.
Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and
Nice.
returns to his book.
Aye. That was worth it. Now we got a key. I will have to use that key. And,
What in blazes? Something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Death fog. I need to get out of
now
here
that's
now.
an instant death, and I actually died in that because I didn't know. Well, that was pointless. Let's keep going. Let's get up on the hole, shall we?
I need to get off this ship.
Wait, front. Okay, yes. Okay, so we're going about next. Right, okay, yes. Actually, I can use this for a second. Okay, floating corpse. Yes, the floating corpse. Behind this guy. And I will use Dragon Fire, which is a lizard only skill for him. Alright. Light these fuckers on fire. Move my floating corpse to the center here. And there we go. Now there's just a lot of fire in the way. I will take that. I will, use my one number. Hell. Now, out of the way. Let's just I'll take the barrel. Yes. And let's hope it doesn't light on fire while I'm going up here. Thank you for not lighting on fire. There's stuff up there and I want it. I will grab this other barrel. My barrel is being my best friend right now. Please don't kill me. That's dead stuff. Throw items. Money. Winding radiant scroll. Is that worth it? I don't know. I think I'm done here. Excuse me, giant hentai monster. I'll be out of your skin. Whatever the fuck that is. In a minute. Slowly but surely.
A lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
One lifeboat.
Shut your trap, kid. Shoot for the dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Kid's right, so you'll go back to our dead survivors. Call the dwarf. Y'all bell, you coward. Don't get us right. You're a coward.
Thank you. There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
You're kind of an asshole, so I'm perfectly okay with you dying. So let's go help our friends. Mug of water. Just dead people everywhere. Improvise staff. You okay?
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
She's like the only magistrate who survived so far.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a wait! Voidwoken!
Target segue, yes. 4 3 quick attacks, each dealing 3 to 4 physical damage. I don't think it's there are no corpses for me to use. Eat the fireball, asshole! And, mosquitoes. All the mosquitoes.
Beardless bugs would sink the ship on my watch.
Are you sure? There's a lot of them. But I'm sure of these. Oh wow, it took them out in one go.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
Sure.
Let the games begin.
Why am I reminded of Luxor? Whenever I see Sabine, I'm not gonna lie, I think of Luxor. Flesh sacrifice.
They who are about to try
Well, apparently you guys are not all fucking talking douchery.
I've faced worse.
Who are you, winding radiant? My turn is not for a while now. Holy crap. Okay then. Okay, everybody off the ship.
Let's head above the exits.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
Come on. Everyone out. And no man left behind, no whatever left behind.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan. The one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
Here.
With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling
Stem
tincture.
the bleeding.
Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder.
Come on.
Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Shit. Ah. We're dead. We're dead.
Oh, the ship apart!
I'm supposed to be unconscious, but I'm still shouting in terror.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard now presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Oh shit. Landed on a beach.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.
Yeah, like a...
Am I the lone survivor?
Well then.
It seems someone, something, wanted me alive.
For some ungodly reason. I don't know why you'd want this alive, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna end the episode here. You made it on the land. You still have these stupid collars on. And I'm guessing a lot of people just died. What a way to end it, eh? Anyway, I will see you later. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.